can honestly tell you I've walked out of this commission room during my tenure many times and said that was exactly the right medicine. We did exactly what we should have done, and there's a few times where I walked out and said I think we went a little too far, even though I was a participant in it, and I think that some self-reflection at times is not bad. So this all kind of came together 3 or 4 months later after there was some time to think about it. And I did disagree with the $150,000. I thought it was too heavy, even though I voted for it as it got kind of bifurcated, because it wasn't really $150,000. It was $75,000 of cash, and it was $75,000 of some way of accounting for a public service announcement, which nobody was really clear on how to do. And that was the gray area for me. I think 25 is a fair number for what was done. I mean, somebody could have gotten really hurt outside of the fighters. So I think you got to take that into consideration too. I still can't tell you if there's no science to this. It's an art. So there's no, 25,000 for throwing a water bottle. I don't know. He has a settlement agreement he's agreed to, so he needs to drop his legal action that he was talking about taking. He needs to pay his fine and pay the attorney, and then he would be eligible for a boxing license. That could happen today, and it could happen whenever it happens. So, but from this point forward, I just signed that before I came and talked to all of you. So as long as he does what he's agreed to, he's probably going to get a boxing license. He can fight wherever he wants and wherever his promoter wants to fight him. So our door's always open. We'd love to have him in Nevada, but if he chooses to fight elsewhere, those are his decisions. Conor can fight anywhere he wants in the world, but at the end of the day, this is Nevada and this is Las Vegas, and every fighter needs to fight in Las Vegas. There's not many fighters that have made a huge career and not come through this town. And I think he wants to fight in Las Vegas. My conversations with him, I think he was upset. I think he was emotional. I think he said some things that maybe he didn't either want to say or regretted saying. You can ask him that. But he's got a multi-million-dollar home here. He's here a lot. I think he's made a lot of investment here. And his promotion that he's currently under contract in has made a huge investment to fight here at T-Mobile. But I really don't think a $50,000 reduction in his fine is going to make a decision on him doing a $400 or $500 million mega fight in boxing and where it's going to happen. That wouldn't be a really smart business decision. He'll probably fight wherever they can make the most amount of money.
And once a boxer is licensed, are they licensed to box anybody professionally, or would it have to be specifically sanctioned to be McGregor Mayweather?
The bout will still have to be approved. Just to have the boxing license is one thing, but there still would need to be an approval of a date. They would need to go through all of the same processes that any other event does to have the card approved and have the bouts approved. And I can't tell you that we would approve that fight or not. I think that I would lean to the fact that we most likely would, but we would probably want to go watch McGregor in a little bit of a boxing environment. But it's kind of hard to argue. You got you have the best boxer probably of all time against one of the best strikers in the UFC. And if that does happen, we're just speculating now, but I think it'd be hard to not approve that fight. So,
how soon do you look to go back and look at the Nate Diaz situation, and what can this mean for him possibly?
We're going to reach out to Nate and let him know that what's fair is fair, and he has an opportunity to come back before us if he'd like to, and we'll make that as painless and as cheap as possible to get. I think that what you heard Attorney General Bateman talk about today was not a percentage of the purse, but a fine that's equivalent and equal for the action taken. So if we were to do that, then you could speculate right now that the commission would probably have some sort of reduction, some sort of refund coming back to Nate. We do have a refund process if we did rehear it. I just want to make sure, my number one goal is fairness, and I don't want to, sometimes we've gotten out, and I think to the earlier question, the public might see us getting really lopsided on some of these things, and I'm really trying to bring that in and keep it on the rail and make sure that it's fair for all the fighters. And if we do something for one like we did today, we need to be fair to the other.